Sold out Giant Stadium on a brilliant afternoon. Completely unexpected by most of us. Temperature is supposed to get up to 40 degrees before the game is over, as you look in on Mike Ditka's last meeting before it all began. Bill Parcells, the Giant coach, on the other side. Temperature right now just exactly at freezing. The wind northwest 13 miles an hour. The wind chill factor makes it feel like it might be 12 degrees. And the forecast partly sunny.
Come running in, and he's going to hold it. Again, you want that held. You want it held gingerly.
Mike Ditka asked if he thought there was a difference. Said, I think they've got better special teams than we do. Dennis Gentry handles the opening kickoff for down defensive lineman. They're going to have to throw it against this. And Tom Zach will. Pass is caught by Wendell Davis. A one-handed snag. Knocked out of bounds by Jackson. 37-yard gain on the play.
I think that pass to Wendell Davis was big in more way than one.
That's Muster in motion. He's a good pass receiver. Here's Lawrence Taylor all over Tom Zach. He got rid of it. And the pass is knocked down. Intended for Morris. 3rd and 8. And you talk about a guy who rises to a different level. It would be Taylor when the time comes. A pass overthrown. Intended for Anderson. The Bears will have to punt. They're the heart of that secondary. 2nd down, 10 from the 5 for the Giants. Hostetler. And off to Anderson, hit by William Perry right at the line of scrimmage. It bothers William Perry too much.
He will always have his feet on the ground.
Meggett in the backfield, and Hostetler. Flag on the play. Hostetler out of the end zone for Baker. Overthrown. Offside the Bears. Free play for the Giants. Far enough just to be neutral.
Right. He went from a 3-point stance to a 4-point stance.
Here's Hostetler. Out of the shotgun. And down he goes by Trace Armstrong. A guy who's really developed this year. Loss of 4. Back at Giant Stadium, Tom Zach looks at a Giant 4-man front on defense. Outside, picked off by Mark Collins. Intended for Dennis Gentry, bounced out of his hands, and Collins got the rebound.
Dave Meggett.
Ever dangerous coming out of the backfield. Hostetler from the shotgun. Snap from Oates is good. Bears in a blitz, and Hostetler had to unload. Barr will try from 46 yards away to put the Giants ahead. Long for him, but this one's plenty far enough. Ain't good. And the Giants break on top. They lead 3-0 in the first quarter. And now he's ready to kick off in the direction of Johnny Bailey and Dennis Gentry. It's going to be Bailey. With room. And Bailey all the way outside the 40 to about the 47-yard line. Zach back to throw. He's got Ron Morris. Morris inside the Giant 30 to about the 25, stopped by Guyton.
3-man line.
And now they go with 3 wide receivers and Dennis Gentry. It's Kozlowski in motion. Out of the shotgun, it was Anderson. Flag on the play. Anderson cut down by Taylor.
Down. That's play.
Illegal motion on the offense, 2 moving at the same time. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
In big games, that's what they said all day yesterday. 4th down, the Bears not trying for the field goal. Tomczak back to fire. Outside to Anderson, well short of the 1st down, stopped by Greg Jackson. I got a hunch some of these players will be included. Hostetler just does get rid of it. And Bavaro makes the catches. The Bears were all over it. Giants leading 3-0. Megan is on the left side behind Hostetler, and he fires complete to Baker. Baker out of bounds at the Bear 36.
One today, he wants to play one next week, then he wants to play one the following week.
Taking a lot of deep breaths. This is Anderson. Bounces away momentarily. It's close to a 1st down, maybe not.
Something else, huh?
The referee can't even see where to put the sorry, the yard marker.
I told you they bounced back.
They're at the 26. Roscoe is the man in motion, and Hostetler comes out of there. It's the pass to Bob Roscoe, 1st down Giants. That's the drive so far. Every pass they've thrown except that one's been on 1st down. This one is another one. For Baker, touchdown. This was one heck of a throw by Hostetler.
If they're going to get a big play in the passing game, it's going to be to Stephen Baker. Of course, we know his nickname is Touchdown Maker, but he is a guy who can really get open. He ran what we call a corner pattern. He's going to start in, then go back out. Watch Hostetler make that throw. I think they're reviewing it, Pat, right now. There's 1 foot, 2. He had both inbounds. Now we look at it from that angle, still has 2 feet inbound, but the move to get in that position by Stephen Baker was a heck of a move.
The touchdown maker, Stephen Baker. Just put another notch in the gun from Hostetler. Good throw, good pattern, good catch.
Okay, and a good call by Bill Parcells there. The thing that made it possible. You have to remember, they got that 4th down situation. Down. Now the Bears, conversely, have run on every 1st down.
Tomczak up under the center, and again they run on 1st down, and it doesn't work again. Anderson stopped by Eric Howard. On the ground, the Giants got 8. 3rd down, 2nd down, I beg your pardon, and 10. 3rd down, this is. Incomplete. Wendell Davis, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th.
We know that Dan Hampton is going to retire.
2nd and 7. Hostetler back to throw, hitting the ball knocked loose. It looked like the Bears came up with it, and they did.
Big play by Steve McMichael.
2nd down and 7. Tomczak back to throw, chased. Fires, picked off almost by Mark Collins as the Bears' intended receiver slipped down. Davis right, Morris left. With Kozlowski. And Gentry on the inside of him. Tomczak back to throw it, gets it outside to Neil Anderson, a Bear 1st down. Moves over to the right side. Tomczak fake to Anderson. Pass caught by Thornton. At about the 6, a pickup of 18 yards. 3rd and goal at the 4. Ditka looked on. Tomczak to Muster. Close, but not quite.
This could be the whole game here, Pat. I think if the Bears don't make it here, it could be a long day for them. If they do, we got a heck of a ball game.
Anderson and Muster behind Tomczak. Coley in motion. They will make it. John Washington was the first man to hit him. Muster the ball carrier, and he just got stuffed.
What I like, he led with his head.
On 3rd down, Anderson stopped in the backfield by Richard Dent. The Giants will have to punt, and the Bears should come up with reasonably good field position again.
As you expected, yeah, but you would have expected Brad Muster to be leading Neil Anderson instead of Anderson leading Brad Muster.
Tomczak back to throw, gets it across the middle to Muster, and Muster down at about the 16. But those two are the added ingredients. Here comes the blitz again. Intended for Anderson. The heat was on Tomczak, incomplete. At the 15, Tomczak back to throw, under pressure again, gets it incomplete. Intended for Thornton coming across. He just didn't have time, and this time the Bears will try for the field goal.
Knocking them around, they're always on them.
Here's Kevin Butler from 33 yards out with Tomczak holding. Butler with plenty of room on that one. Gets the Bears on the scoreboard. And with 6:17 left to play in the first half at Giant Stadium, it's 10-3 Giants.
And what they can do against it.
1st and 10 Giants, their own 20-yard line. Anderson the lone setback. Hostetler back to throw, chased out of the pocket by Dent. Hostetler with room to run. Scramble for 12 and a first down. Morrissey tripped him up.
Take the inside.
Dent in the middle this time. And Anderson goes where Dent left from.
1,000.
And who knows? 1st and 10. This is Anderson again. And again, he got good yardage. John Gale made the tackle.
Taylor down there, he was looking at something. He was intense. Well, he was trying to get into that picture like he was trying to stick a helmet on it or something.
Anderson really hammered by Richard Dent. There's a guy you don't want to get too excited. Doing a little meditating and studying and remembering 4th down. A fake to Anderson. Hostetler on the rollout with room. First down. Hostetler down to about the 23. Pickup of 10.
Get offside, so you can't be an official.
2nd and 3. Meggett is the back this time. And the handoff is to Meggett. Inside the 5. Gale and Carrier made the stop. Meggett got 11 and a Giant first down. Remember, they had that extra week. In fact, they didn't even work out yesterday. Bill says if they don't know it by now, they'll never know it. Hostetler. Touchdown to Howard Cross, with a flag on the play. Holding on the defense, it is a touchdown.
Well, they did exactly what we were talking about. The first 2 times they rolled out to the right. That time Hostetler went to the left.
And that entire drive got him a touchdown.
Watch him, he's going to fake the run to the right, then he's going to come out on a bootleg to his left. and find Howard Cross, number 87, in the end zone.
Barr's extra point is good, and it's 17-3. A flag on the extra point. Platforms is Terry's, the other's Greg's.
I saw Terry had a hammer in his pocket. I just saw a hammer. He had one of those belts on.
Pass is picked off by Everson Walls. Intended for Davis.
It was still a pretty good play. He did drop it. It went right through his legs, but went right through his hands and his arms and his legs. But that was pretty good coverage.
Anderson and Carthon are the running backs, and here's Hostetler with the win, back to Baker. Incomplete. Vesti Jackson back with Baker. The rollouts by Hostetler. Meggett. Here comes the Bears blitz. Hostetler up the middle, gets rid of it to Bavaro.
So that ball should be in front of the hash marks.
Well, here we go.
The play has been reviewed. We have respotted the ball. We're going to measure to see if we have a 1st and 10 or a 4th down.
Then they were able to look at it during commercial and change it. The ones that he does well.
He also said something I thought was interesting. Unlike what some people think, he doesn't get back where he is now or under the center with the idea of running. He's back there to throw it. Hostetler, incomplete. Again in the direction of Bavaro, but again, the Bears applied the pressure. So it's 4th and 6 for a 1st down. Kyle's in the game. Here's Hostetler looking for some place to get out of there. He does. Now he's chased by Perry. But that's no race. Hostetler for the 1st down. 1st and 10 Giants at the 26-yard line of the Bears. Hostetler back to throw. Complete. And that's Baker out of bounds. Covered by Vesti Jackson.
You just want to get the right grip. He's had the right grip today.
Anderson the lone setback. Anderson twirls down inside the 10.
Fun. You beat on him for a couple of quarters, and this is the fun part of the game.
1st and goal from the 3. Hostetler fake to Anderson. And now Hostetler will take off. Touchdown. Hostetler will hold for Matt Barr's effort at the extra point. Looking up at the scoreboard to recheck that touchdown he just made. Barr's extra point is good. The Giants lead 24-3 with 8:41 or 10:41 left to play in the 3rd quarter. In control, led by Hostetler.
Not when you tackle, you don't.
2nd down. Morris was the man in motion. Tomczak gets it out to Gentry, and the Bears will have a 1st down. And
as I look back, I think it was a ball game.
I think it was too. Tomczak back to throw again. Wendell Davis to about the 27. Stopped by Jackson and Guyton. And it's made perhaps the Bears throw more than they wanted to. Here's Tom Zach flag on the play. Dumps it out to Anderson. Anderson inside the 10, out of bounds at the 7.
That's a good defense. That's the all 4-4-4.
On the defense, too many men on the field at the time of the snap. Penalty was declined. First down.
As to how to handle Mike Ditka's Bears. 24-3, Giants lead. Muster, the lone setback. They throw it out to Muster, and he is stopped right at the 5. No gain. Everson Walls came up to make the tackle.
Comes up and makes a tackle for no gain.
And it brings up 4th and goal from the 5. Anderson comes out as a flanker. Split wide to the right. Muster stays in the block. Nothing for Tom Zach. They don't make it. He couldn't find anybody. He finally hit Thornton. But one more time they couldn't get it in. With the 2 best records, I guess it's only fitting.
The Giants with a 24-3 lead. Now they're trying to take as much time as they can. Even in the 3rd quarter, they're running time off.
That's Anderson. Broke a couple of tacklers, got 7 yards, and got a first down. Here's Hostetler back. Has a man open. It's Ingram. Another first down, stopped by Donnell Wolford. Tillman again, the deep back. First down, Giants. Hostetler will throw it. Or maybe he'll run it. He is down in the arms of Ron Cox. The Bears should tie it. Right now the Giants lead 24-3, 3rd and 27. Meggett in the backfield with Hostetler. Then the Bears show blitz. Don't come. Draw play to Meggett. Finally smothered by the Bears. Richard Dent, Dan Hampton also with an assist to be in order. And last year I didn't like the way it looked, so I came back. Tom Zach with a lot of time this time gets it out to Wendell Davis.
If I would have done that, so I've changed him, and this is what he came up with.
Here's Tom Zach. He gets it to Gentry, and Gentry hustles for what appears to be a first down, knocked out of bounds by Roger Brown.
Some people thought he shouldn't come back. He wouldn't come back, but he wanted to do it. And said one thing, I did it my way.
Pass batted by Renee Thompson and batted away from the Bear receiver. The Bears are 0 for 4 on 4th down, and it's 4th and 10. Tom Zach to Kozlowski. 1st and 10 Bears. Tom Zach in the direction of Gentry, but picked off by Walls. Everson Walls still going. Walls and about 7 or 8. Anderson behind Carthon. Anderson again. Hit right at the line of scrimmage by William Perry. Hostetler with Carthon behind him in motion now, and he gives or fakes to Anderson. Hostetler dives close to the first down. That's close.
He is, and you know, if you take your outside guy,
Takes him right out of the pass rush.
and I think that's exactly what happened to Richard Dent.
Ingram, the man in motion. To Anderson. And OJ to the 40, to the 35. A pickup of 6. Stopped by Roper.
And never put it on again.
I think he's ready. 3rd and about a yard. And Tillman fighting. I think he got it. Picked up 2.
Gun Dent. Got to take on that tough Bear defense. You bang in there all day. That's not a bad choice. I like him.
Your helmet looks like a skull cap. 1st down, Giants.
Last year and bringing this Bear team back to the year that they have.
3rd and 1. A handoff to Tillman, and he's got a 1st down. Arkansas wants to get into the broadcasting business. He would do well. Straight ahead, stopped by Hampton and others. I don't know how many broken fingers, 1 broken leg, 1 leg shorter than the other. Arthon straight ahead. Touchdown. From a yard out. Maurice Carthon, the blocker. I think Bill Parcells just took a bath.
Yep, he did. They went back to the old bucket again, and then he got the headbutt from Pepper. They got all kinds of things going there in the sideline.
That Gatorade took care of the hairdo.
Yep, there it is.
It's a new kind of...
Carthon doesn't get a lot of these. In fact, I don't know if he has that one. They're reviewing that one. Did the ball break the plane? I know the guy who was making the big argument there was Dan Hampton. He didn't want to go out in his last play where they scored against him. Watch it here. Does the ball break the plane? Yep, it sure does.
Yep.
From that angle, do it. Then you celebrate when they say, hey, what you just did really did happen.
I still don't think Mike Ditka likes it. No matter how many celebrations you get. The extra point by Barr is good. 31-3. Barr's kickoff is a bouncer. And stay with us. Again, a reminder. There's the Bears.
The old Cal Stanford play. Where's the band?
That's all she wrote. Tillman made the stop. The Giants and the 49.